Right, welcome back to another episode of MT. So, unusually, we're starting here at the load screen, the load game screen, for one simple reason. I tried to record a session, however, once I got to the editing the next day, took a look at it, well, save file was corrupted. Not save file, but the video itself was corrupted, so I'm just going to continue from the save of the previous episode that was put up. Also, if things sound a little different, I've decided it's two things. First, I'm recording in a new room, a different room. So acoustics might sound a little bit different. Additionally, in order to embrace change, as I did before, I decided to go ahead and just, raise the input volume of the microphone by 10 decibels. So, an order of magnitude. This may end up being a little loud, I'm not sure. However, it might mean I'd be able to use my normal speaking voice a little bit more, just normal in volume, a little bit more, while still being audible over music and in-game sounds. Anyway. There, that's much better. Yeah, in the episode with the corrupted footage, a lot happened. At the same time, not much happened. Among other things, I doubled the size of my army, and I was actually feeling capable of beginning to assert myself against France. I was beginning to get ready for that. I still think that's going to happen. To a degree, I'm probably going to go under the same course as I did last time, since I'm still going to invade Poland, likely 1653, maybe 1654 at the latest. I may also invade Prussia again, depending on circumstances. And the thing that caused me to double my army size was the increase of artillery fire by 2, which occurs in tech level 37? Yes, tech level 37. I did not need to close that screen. I don't have enough for permanent navy since previously. So, anyway, Judicial Independence and Line Infantry. Oh, man. Scientific Drills, Judicial Independence is something else. Right, Line Infantry, that gets me a new... Okay, it actually does give me a new infantry type. Good. Let's click that. Let's not click that away. Last time, yeah, Standing Army. That's the one I picked. I'll pick it again for the exact same reasons. And pick up as many ideas as possible. Except for National Enthusiasm, because Force Limit is not necessary at the moment. Time to read all this stuff. In 1665, the world's first scientific journal was published. The Philosophical Transactions of the Royal Society in England and the French journal Des Savants both began systematically publishing research results. This helped to spread scientific advances and encourage scientists to build upon the work others had done, rapidly advancing science in both countries. Plus one idea group, plus 2 states. Actually, I think I'm going to, after this closes, put up the recording software to see how it's handling my microphone at the moment. Just to check on it. Right, let's see. Yeah, it seems to be good so long as I don't shout, I guess. Or say things with too much vigor. Right, okay. You don't see it because I have it set to record exactly this application. Anyway, I'll go back to talking about tech. Line infantry. Cheaper, deadlier guns meant that trained musketeers could often keep enemies at bay. This reduces the need for hand-to-hand soldiers to protect them, allowing modern armies to increase the proportion of muskets to pikes in their armies to a 1-to-1 ratio. As this happened, new line tactics were developed to take advantage of the new offensive capabilities of the army. Soldiers trained to fire simultaneously against the same target, sending a deadly volley of lead at the enemy. Mill tactics plus 0.25, combat width plus 3, infantry fire plus 0.25, enables 5 new infantry, 3 of which are unique to the Dutch, the French, and the British. Forced conscription. Every man in our country has the obligation of serving in the army for a period of time as one of their duties. This will let us have more available manpower to fight our wars, plus 10% national manpower, plus 25% prestige from battle. Land battles, specifically. Probably smart to specify that. Battlefield commissions allows us to focus heavily on military advancements and thereby increase our army tradition. Doubles army tradition from battles. Military culture. Having an army presence in even the farthest reaches of our realm has instilled a mentality of militarism in our people, and as such, the people are more eager to fight. Minus 5% to regiment costs. This is not only recruitment costs but also maintenance, and plus 1 leader without upkeep. Alright, let's get permanent navy so I can get that buff to the trade power, yeah. Global trade power plus 20%. That's the M&T ahead of time buff for diplomatic technology. Anyway, permanent navy. Despite all its wars, the king's ships were still assembled during times of war rather than held on duty all year round. As warships became more specialized and expensive, the navy became increasingly permanent, until it was officially established as a permanent force. Plus 25 to colonial range, 80 to trade range, plus 0.5 to naval morale, plus 10% naval maintenance, enables 3 different ships, one of which I can actually upgrade to. Oh yeah, right. Break alliance. Quit allying with Poland, Estonia. You have enough of a friend in me and Sweden. Alright, nationalism, capability, take Krakow. I will also be focusing on occupying Lithuania, since one thing I learned from the restrict looting, we are conquering. One thing that I learned from the corrupted footage episode is that I should avoid, well, is, what was it called again? Oh, dynamic occupation. Right? Yeah, if I occupy those territories, and then hand over control to Lithuania after some time, since it's their core provinces, or if they have any permanent claims, which I don't think they do, then they will obtain those provinces after the surrender timer goes down. Yep, war dynamism. That's what it's called. So we should see this province flip over in May. So potentially other provinces. That one as well. This one should be in June. This one in September. This one in January. And this one will be a good bit later. But if I can keep the war going for long enough, it should not be an issue. This looks like it might be a bit much. In fact, Orgo means I can't grab the province. Okay. Alright, so I can't do that. What about war reps? Okay. Doesn't fit the agenda. Take maximum amount since it won't affect stability. And I'll have to go ahead and core everything I can once it's time to do so. And now my name stretches like this. Gonna need legitimacy and prestige. And I can go ahead and will marry all my vassals, friends, etc. I'll do it myself, thank you. That'll be my preference. It seems to be one. Seems like everyone wants some of this alloy. I mean, it makes sense. Steel was, until mass steel production was invented during the Industrial Revolution, steel was crazy expensive compared to now. Nowadays, it's actually slightly more difficult to find iron because most of it gets converted to steel. Simply because steel is literally just better. I'd say this is spread as far as it could for now. Within reason, anyway. So increases trade power about by plus 15%, and trade steering plus 10%. What exactly those means, that's a video for another day. Trade is complex. Anyway, let's go ahead and get these techs. Also, reduces tech cost by 20% because tech penalty. Right, it doesn't change too much in particular, except for the fact that, yeah, artillery's fire value has more than doubled, so I'm going to adjust the army to compensate for that. Combat width is 27, so never mind, I have not enough manpower. So, I'm going to deal with expansion of the army later. Right, Judicial Independence. Although the ruler was immune from the law, judges were not. Oh, yeah, okay. I'm now hegemonic in rank. Same thing happened the last time I just researched the tech. Okay, although the ruler was immune from the law, judges were not. This meant that they could be sued or arrested if their judgment turned out to be wrong. A dangerous concept, especially when rulers had an interest in the outcome of a trial. In 1674, judges won immunity from suit in England, giving them immunity from prosecution for their decisions. This was cemented in the 1701 Act of Settlement, which separated the power of the judiciary from the executive and helped justice truly be blind. Unlocks a max level of minds. Experiments with paper money, the vagaries of trade, and the costs of war sometimes led to nations having serious shortages of specie, gold and silver to pay merchants with. By the late 17th century, some nations were experimenting with paper money, promissory notes payable to the bearer rather than a specific merchant. Although some experiments had more success than others, they all ended up in failure in the end. Sabotage reputation, naval maintenance, plus 5%. Depot system. With an increased demand for gunpowder, large armies need depots of gunpowder to fight campaigns. Placed strategically throughout the nation, they allowed modern armies to fight long campaigns. Mill tactics plus 0.25, artillery fire plus 2. Turning, that was close, them into a serious weapon of war. Nope. I would prefer you get to some thunder. What the heck? I wasn't even planning this. Okay, that might have been a bit loud. If it is loud, it's going to come across a bit wider in the clip. Yeah, new desk. I'm still learning the ins and outs, and apparently this thing is... I don't think I should put any weight on the front of this shelf. Wow, this is a bit of a surprise. I don't need that army, so I'll just delete it. I can get the manpower back myself. For my own use. Right, let's finish that. Expanded supply trains. Investing more resources into our supply trains will allow our army to operate for longer periods of time in hostile territory. Land attrition minus 5%, and for completing standing army ideas, reinforced blade plus 15%, which is going to be rather helpful considering... Honestly, one of my biggest issues is the fact that I can't reinforce fast enough. Okay, I'm at least able to partially bring my army up to size. I'm not going to be able to get it all the way quite yet. I want my artillery count to match my infantry count. Because, well, if one of my infantry regiments get completely damaged, I don't need the artillery regiment to decide, oh hey, how about we go to the front? And that will cause way too much damage. Besides, artillery is really expensive to reinforce anyway. It's not only saves manpower, it saves cost as well. At the cost of a slight amount of, well, combat effectiveness. On the other hand, my combat ability is so high that it really doesn't matter anyway. I see, magnificent court. Our ruler's court is the envy of emperors. Filled with brilliant artists, exciting entertainments, and glittering galas, it is sure to impress visitors. It is the center of attention for our aristocracy and employs thousands. One could exhaust lifetimes plunging in its pleasures. Plus 2 staff points per year. Hey, don't take that away, I'm still in the middle of reading it. Plus 1 diplomat, plus 5% morale, plus 1 yearly prestige, plus 2 possible advisors, plus 3 to diplo rep, plus 15% to improve relations, plus 2 diplomatic relations, minus 20% liberty desired subjects, plus 2% alliance limit, plus 2 to alliances, plus 75% art power in the capital, plus 37.5% art power in the regional capitals. No. Unless you decide to join the HRE or something. Which wouldn't be the first time, it's mainly been Swiss provinces. Alright, so since the last time, Poland is severely reduced. In fact, they don't actually own any more Polish provinces. They're now pretty much East Slavic in territory. Also, all Lithuanian provinces are now under Lithuania. I do plan on expanding them Lithuania northwards to encompass the Latvian and the Baltic German provinces, so basically modern-day Latvia. And maybe also, and well, additionally, Ruthenian territory, because I need to deal with Poland somehow. And I do want economic control over these nodes. In fact, I probably should... Forgot to get the... yeah. I also raised my rank to hegemonic, the topmost rank. Among the benefits I get, and drawbacks, although really only 2 drawbacks, is yet another merchant. So now I have 4 merchants. I'm going to send one to Lithuania, because at the moment there's only 2 nodes that are upstream to the upper Danube. Never mind, 3 nodes that are upstream to the upper Danube that I can reach. However, all of them, outside of Lithuania, happen to be upstream to Lithuania, so it's in my interest to get most of this money in this direction. Although, it is already heading that way anyway. If I get more merchants, I'll probably end up just getting... Okay, 4 nodes. Apparently I can reach Mongolia, too. Trade range! It gets a little absurd the farther you go into the game. Right, so, beyond that, this was not my fault. I inherited Cleves. However, it made it so that Guild is friendly to me, so another free city. Although they tend to convert back after a while. They're currently 12. Great, one of them must have converted to a duck. Oh wait, no, that was already ducky converted. I never turned you into a free city. Oh well, I can deal with it later. My only current target is... where are you? Decapolis. I just need them to become friendly, and then I'll have enough positives to do that. So, I'll see you again next time. Until then, bye.